Hi guys, I'm Apurva, the Geography and Environment faculty at Tathastu-ICS. I welcome you again to our video series in which we will be having short introductions of various topics of geography and environment for your quick revision. So now guys, today's topic is an interesting topic, an important topic, as already UPSC has asked several questions upon it. One of the questions was asked in 2015 and this topic is related to the interrelationships between poverty and population. Now, it has been seen that countries which have high rates of poverty have high population, and the regions where the population is high also has high rate of poverty. That means poverty and population are always interconnected, and now we need to understand how these two scenarios are interconnected. So first we need to understand how poverty leads to population, or how the regions that have lower levels of income generally tend to show higher population. So now guys, it has been observed that the developing countries generally tend to show high birth rates. Now developing countries generally have high birth rates because developing countries have more percentage of the poor people, and in poor people we have a simple mentality, and that mentality is that more children mean more hands to earn. They go by a simple logic that once their child is 12 or 13 years of age and once he starts earning, if one child earns 200 rupees a day, 5 children will earn 1000 rupees a day, thereby increasing the income of the family. So if they want to increase the income of the family, they have to produce more and more children. That is why generally you will see in in people of lower economic class or in rural areas that the number of children are relatively high. And such scenarios where rural population is higher or the people of lower economic class is higher generally tend to have higher population, and such scenarios are observed in developing countries. Whereas if we are talking about developed countries, in developed countries, there is a less population of the poor section, there is more population of the middle class. And middle class has a completely opposite mentality, where in the middle class, it is generally thought that children are economic liabilities. We have to spend a lot of money upon children and the returns are also uncertain. Lakhs of crores of rupees will be spent in their education, in their nutrition, in their medical bills, and then the type of employment that they will get, the type of income levels that they will get remains uncertain in a country like India or any other part of the world. So what happens is that in order to reduce the expenses, the middle class generally produces lesser number of children. That is why you'll see in urban areas and middle class, there will be generally 1 or 2 children, whereas in rural areas in the lower economic class, there will be generally 5 or 6 children. So lower income levels mean more children and higher income levels mean less children. So that is how income levels control the population of a region. Now, the reverse phenomena is also very much true, that population or high population leads to poverty. But in regions where the population is high, especially where agriculture is the major, you can say, economic activity. In those areas, if there is high population, then every family gets a smaller farmland. Now, such type of agriculture where every family gets a smaller farmland is called as intensive agriculture. Now, when every family gets a smaller farmland, this farmland keeps on dividing and subdividing as the generations progress. Say a farmer has a small farmland and now he has 4 sons. If he has 4 sons, then that farmland is now divided into 4 parts. Further, it keeps on dividing and subdividing and the farmland gets smaller, smaller and smaller. And due to that, the income levels keep on falling. So as the population is rising due to division and subdivision of the land, what is happening? The income keeps on falling. Whereas in regions of lesser population, what happens? The size of the farmland is big. And when the size of the farmland is big, the production is more. And when the production is more, the farmers or the people who are producing generally tend to have higher income levels. So in regions of more population, Due to smaller farmland, the income levels are less, and it also keeps on dividing and subdividing. So the income level keeps on falling. Whereas in regions of lesser population, the farmland is huge, and hence the income levels are also high. So thus we can say that whenever the population is more, the income levels also tend to be more, and when the population is less, the income levels also tend to be lesser. So this is how population also controls the income levels of a region. So if we are talking about income levels control population, because people of lower income produce more children and people of higher income produce less children. And the vice versa is also true. Population also controls income levels. In regions of higher population, the income levels are lesser, and in regions of lower population, the income levels are more. So we always see an inverse relationship between income levels and population, and that is how they are both codependent on each other. So hence we can say that poverty and population remain codependent. This is an important concept that you need to understand for your mains examination. I hope this concept is clear to all. So guys, that is all in this video from my side. Thank you so much. So until next time, bye bye, take care, God bless you all.